everybody for coming out. And my name is Nicholas Lau from Dallas, Texas. I appreciate you all taking time out of your evening. I see some familiar faces there. I see Ashok, I see Julia. Hey, Julia. Who else have we got over here? Let's see. Well, not everybody has their camera on, but I do see Marianne. I see Claudia. I see Stan. All right, perfect. And here's Dependress coming in. All right, perfect. So anyways, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give you the Epic Trading presentation. Some of you know what it is. Some of you have heard about it, but not everybody has had a full-on presentation to know exactly what it's about, how it's helping change people's lives, and how it can help change your lives too. So without further ado, let me go ahead and get the presentation started. Ashok and Marianne, go ahead and just go ahead and take care of the waiting room, and I'll go ahead and start the presentation. Let me see here. 1 second. All right. All right, if you can see my PowerPoint presentation, can you just drop a 1 in the chat box? Okay, Ashok, you can see it. I see a thumbs up there. All right, and you guys can hear me. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. And Ashok, if anybody comes on and they're unmuted, just go ahead and mute them out if there's any background noise. Thank you very much.
I got it.
All right, perfect. All right, everybody. So let me just go ahead and enter presentation mode here. Cool. So again, the name of the company is Epic Trading, and Epic actually does stand for something: exceptional people, incredible compensation. Now, what Epic wants to ask people is, shouldn't you be first at least once in your life? There's many times in our lives that there's opportunities that we know about that we pass up on, later on we regret it, or we wish somebody had told us about it. Well, this is an opportunity for you that's being presented to you today. You have an opportunity to jump into something that is literally at the ground floor, just launched on October 1st, 2020. This company is still a baby, and there is so much room to grow. And before you know it, Forex trading is going to be a household name. It's starting to pick up. There's a new wave coming in. And that's what really attracted me to this opportunity, is that I saw that there was a shift happening. And because of the technology, because of social media, because of different softwares, there's more people that are allowed to participate in this market. And I'll get into the history of that in just a second. Okay, so what is Forex? Now, Forex stands for foreign exchange. It's the act of buying and selling currencies. It's actually used daily by the banks, central banks, institutional investors, and investors around the world. There was a time where Forex trading was only for the wealthy, the hedge funds, the rich folks, the big banks and stuff. But in the last 20 years, that has actually changed a lot. So what has happened in the last 20 years is now us retail traders, us individuals, are able to participate in this market, and we can actually get a little piece of what's going on with the big banks. Now, out of the $6 trillion a day that's moving in the Forex market, 77% of that $6 trillion is the big banks. Only 23% is us, the retail traders, the small investors, the small individuals. But as time is going on, that number is going to continue to rise. It's going to go from 23%, 24%, so on and so forth. And Epic Trading is going to be a big part of that, because we are an institutional trading platform, okay? So we are an international company, we're worldwide, and we're giving people the opportunity to join and learn this really amazing skill that used to only be taught by the affluent. And in high-end universities, in Harvard University, they actually have a Forex class. They have professors that teach it, but I'll show you what the difference is between them and us in just a bit. Now, this is a portable skill. It's going to benefit you for the rest of your life, as long as you have an internet connection and a device, whether it's your mobile phone, your tablet, or your laptop. As long as you're connected to the internet, you have a chance to participate in the Forex market. It is the largest market in the financial world. Now, it operates 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. What does that mean for you? It doesn't matter if you're somebody that works in the day, somebody that works at night, somebody that goes to school. The market is open for you. Okay, so even if you work a traditional 8 to 5 job in the United States, it's like, oh, well, I'm going to miss the New York session. Well, it's okay, because there's still other sessions. As a matter of fact, there's another session that has more volume and more activity than the New York session. We'll get into that later. So again, 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. It's only closed on the weekends. Otherwise, the market is open, and it's a worldwide business that you can participate in. And as long as you have your internet connection, you can be in this market. So who are we? Now, Epic is a global company that provides the environment for people of all backgrounds to learn the lifelong skill of Forex trading while also pursuing their financial dreams and goals. Now, our executive team has more than 100 years of successful business and MLM experience. Okay. So between the corporate staff, they've been in the industry for a while. They have a big track record of success. This is not something that just popped up out of nowhere and, we don't know who's running it. There are very successful, very well-known people behind it. I'll get into that in just a bit. But on top of that, like I was just saying, you can go ahead and learn Forex trading if you're in college at a university. There's probably some sort of class that teaches on it briefly. But what we have that's different is we don't have teachers that are teaching it. We have traders that are teaching it. So we have industry leading Forex traders, people that make 6, 7, and even in some cases, 8 figures a year trading. And they're here at Epic teaching us and teaching all of the scholars and the students how to make money in Forex. So just ask yourself that question. Would you rather learn from somebody that's just teaching it out of a textbook and teaching you like theory? Or do you actually want to learn from somebody that's actually on the markets trading live, somebody that you can look over their shoulders and see what they're doing, somebody that's going to send you trade signals so you can actually make money while you're learning? That's what we have here. On top of that, it's 100% debt-free company, and the company is owned by Mr. David McCovey. He is the founder and CEO, and he also owns another company called Evolution Travel. Evolution Travel has been around for 5 years. It has done over $200 million in revenue. So rest assured that this company is well funded. I've had the pleasure of meeting Mr. McCovey. He is an awesome individual. He is so smart and he's an innovator. He sees things so far ahead of when they actually happen. Now, what happened this year is he had an opportunity to expand his business. Travel obviously has taken a hit this year due to the global pandemic. His business was still doing good, but because he was home more, because people aren't traveling as much, it gave him an option to look at something else. And he'd always wanted to get into Forex trading. The stars aligned when Mr. McCovey and Mr. Lisiaga got together. Mr. Lisiaga does have Forex experience. He has been in other companies before. He knows how to build big organizations. He knows how the industry works. So they joined forces, and they also came up with amazing leaders such as Spencer Iverson. Now, Spencer Iverson, I've actually known him for several years. I've been in other companies with him. He is an attorney. He's a sports agent. He's built many companies from the ground floor. He's made millions of dollars. He's the perfect person that you want to be leading a company because he knows how the organizational structure works. He knows what makes businesses tick. He knows how to keep it at the forefront. We have the vice president, Mark Sterling, who I've also known for a little while as well. Mark Sterling, very funny guy, very creative. He teaches sales the way it's supposed to be taught. Every Saturday, him and Mr. Jonathan Green, the global master ambassador, they get on a call with us every Saturday and they teach things from their wealth of knowledge that they've accumulated over the years. Now, one thing Mr. Sterling had told us at the very beginning, he's like, listen, guys, this business is going to be unlike anything you've ever seen before. We are not a traditional network marketing component or a network marketing company. What we are is we are a Forex trading academy and institute. We happen to have a network marketing component because that's how we choose to promote it. Rather than spend millions of dollars in advertising, we choose to put that money back into the pockets of our scholars and the people that are actually taking the education. So that actually made a lot of sense to me because we actually have a product here that stands on its own. Many people join this company specifically just to learn trading, and that's totally okay. We actually encourage that. If people are here just to learn trading, that's awesome. Now, Jonathan Green is our global master ambassador. He is a computer scientist. He's a mathematician, and he's the type of guy that you really want to talk to. And it's like, how do I structure an organization? How do I, build a business properly? He's that numbers guy that just knows how to, not only does he know how to make things work, he knows how to explain it in a way that you will understand. And speaking of, knowing how to explain things properly, last but not least, Coach Max. Coach Max is the heart and soul of this operation. Without Coach Max, this thing doesn't work, okay? So she has trained over 70,000 people in her life in Forex. And she hasn't even been doing it that long. I shouldn't even say in her life. She's only been doing it for maybe 4 or 5 years. I don't even know if it's been that long. But her story is an amazing story. And she's a very humble person. She legitimately wants to help people. When she went to a Forex training event several years ago, she looked around the room and she realized right away, she looked this way, and she's like, wow, I'm the only African-American woman in this room. Right then, she knew that I have the power to make a difference. I have the power to not only help African-American people, not only to help women, not only to help young people, I have the ability to change lives. And she set out right then, I'm going to be a master trader. I'm going to take this seriously. I see the potential here. And she has lived up to that potential. Not only that, I was on a call with her Saturday with some of the other coaches that have become coaches because of her. And to see adults in tears because of how much she has influenced their lives, it literally almost brought me to tears to see people that were struggling, but this opportunity of learning how to do Forex trading fell into their laps and it absolutely changed their lives. One second. All right, so briefly, what are the Epic advantages? Well, we have amazing data security. We have Forex training that's not only just professional, but it's fun. Our coaches are actually fun. They make learning fun. They'll joke around. They'll make people, feel comfortable. It's not like that type of university where everybody's on edge. That's not how we teach over here. Also, we do weekly pay. So, and this is, I'm talking about the business building side, because on the trading side, when you're trading, your money at the end of the day, whatever's not in a trade, that money is liquid. That money is yours. If you want to withdraw that money, that's your money. That's your potentially daily money, but most people leave it in the markets because they're trying to compound it and make money on their money. However, on the business building side, a lot of businesses out there, especially in the network marketing world, they only pay monthly. But Mr. McCovey and Mr. Lisiaga decided that, hey, listen, we have people that have bills that are daily. They have expenses that are weekly. And, maybe their rent is once a month, but we all know that other bills come in. You have to go pay your gas. You have to pay your grocery. Some days you just don't have time to make food for the kids because you've been working all day. You got to go run through the drive-through. People need money weekly. So they said, listen, we're not going to pay our people monthly. We're going to pay them weekly. And people love that. If you love the idea of getting paid weekly from your own business that you're building, put a 1 in the chat box. I absolutely love that. That was one of the, drawing factors. It's like, wow, I get to build a business, and whatever I did the previous week, I can get paid for it the next week. I just absolutely love that. So a lot of people love that weekly pay. It inspires people. It motivates people. Every Friday when we get that email saying that, hey, you've been paid, and Monday when it drops into our account, listen, I mean, when I was in the corporate world, and even when I was just working regular jobs, we would get paid on Fridays, right? And we would spend that money, and we'd spend it on Saturday and Sunday. And by Monday, we've spent a lot of the money. We're going back to work and we do the grind all over again. But over here at Epic, you actually have money deposited into your account at the beginning of the week. How awesome is that, to start your week with a deposit and then just keep building on that momentum? We have a back office with amazing tracking and reporting. It takes care of all of your teams and everything, shows you the calendars of events and everything that we're doing. We're going to be in multiple languages soon. We just released in Spanish, which is huge. The Spanish population is actually growing in Epic because we have our presentations in Spanish and we have videos in Spanish. Even when you click on closed captioning, people that are hearing impaired, they cannot hear, they could still read. The closed captioning is also in Spanish. So that's really been helpful. We have effective compliance, we have amazing marketing tools, and a strong social media presence. Okay, so this is a very important slide because you have to understand, well, what am I getting if I decide to join this opportunity today? What are your services? What actually makes this a good value? There's several good values here, okay? Each value alone is worth the cost of being a part of Epic, but let me go into them one at a time. First of all, live trading sessions, okay? So there's 3 major sessions. There's probably 4 sessions, but there's 3 major sessions that our coaches actually come out on Zoom and they sit on the sessions live. So you can join the Zoom, you can see exactly what they're seeing. They're showing you how the market's moving. They're showing you what to look for. They'll even set up trades for you and you can take a trade with them. Now those live sessions are 7 a.m. Eastern for the New York session, 9 p.m. Eastern for the Tokyo session, and 2 a.m. Eastern for the London session. When I first got into this business, I wanted, I'm kind of a night owl. So I was like, okay, well, let me go ahead and check out this London session. So my anticipation was that, okay, maybe there's 20, 30 people on here. When I logged into that webinar, and Marianne's on this call and she was there that day. There were 700 people on that call at 2 o'clock in the morning. Absolutely blew my mind. Then I knew that we're sitting on something big here. It's like there's like a rave going on in the middle of the night on Zoom, and the whole world is invited. It's so crazy, and the chat room is going off. People are happy. People are making money, and then I just knew that I stumbled on something big here when I saw that many people on that late at night. We also have daily signals via the Epic News Network and our Epic Forex signal. So what happens is whenever our coaches see a trade, they don't even have to be live on Zoom. They could just be at home doing their own thing, doing their market research. When they see that a trade is setting up and that has all their parameters, it's like, okay, this is a good one. They'll put it in an app that's called Telegram, and it's an app on your phone that you download. A lot of you probably already have it. So it's a private group on there, and the coaches will send out that trade alert. And what's going to happen is it's going to give you the parameters, where to enter the trade, what the trade pair is, where your stop loss is, where your take profit is. I'm not going to get into all of that because, that'll take a while, but basically it tells you exactly where to get in and out of the trade. So even if you're busy, even if you're at work, even if, you're at the airport, you're about to get on a flight, that trade alert comes in, you put that parameter in, set it and forget it. By the end of your flight, you could be in profit. You could have made money. So I've actually seen it, like when we're in the chat groups, it's really funny when people are like, hey guys, I'm at work. I just took this trade on my lunch break. I just clocked out and I made $200. It's like, are you serious? So, and that's literally how it happens. So that's how good our coaches are. So it gives you the ability to earn while you learn. So if you want to actually make money, if you like that idea of, wait a second, so I can actually make money while I'm learning. I don't know about you, but when I went to school, I was not making money while I was learning, at least not in class and not with anything that they were teaching. I might have been doing some side hustle on the side, but I was definitely not, making money with anything that they were teaching. We also have something called Epic University. This is Coach Max's baby. This is her 2-week university that she did with some of the other coaches, and she takes you through everything that you need to know in Forex. So when it comes to Epic University, it's a 2-week curriculum. You go through 5 days, and the next week you go through 5 days. You can go at your own pace. Just keep marking the videos as complete, and by the end of that 2 weeks, even if you're a brand new person that never even knew what the word Forex was, at the end of 2 weeks, you're going to have so much more information on how it works. We also have study halls. So where the coaches will go over individual topics. That's more of a classroom setting. Sometimes they're not live on the market. They're actually teaching you a skill set, some theory. They might be looking at some old charts to show you formations and everything. So it really is a university style course. We also have the Epic Trade House, which is another Telegram chat where you can chat back and forth with the coaches and other advanced traders. If you have a question, somebody will get back to you. And that chat room is live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Even when the banks are closed, that chat is live because, a lot of people are really into crypto right now. We see that Bitcoin is, reaching an all-time high. Ethereum, Ripple, all these cryptocurrencies are going up. Well, guess what? Even when the banks are closed on the weekends, you can still trade cryptocurrency, which is amazing. People are making money on Saturdays and Sundays when the banks are closed. So we used to say we were legally robbing the banks, but now we're just making money on the weekends too, which is fabulous. So a little bit of a disclaimer, okay? Epic cannot and will not make any sort of money guarantees. We cannot judge what your, how much you want this. We don't know what your work ethic is. We don't know if you're going to attend the classes, and also we cannot make any money claims. All we can show you is we're going to give you all the tools you need. You're going to see the social proof yourself. You're going to see in the groups who's making money, who's making noise, who's actually learning things. Then you just have to ask yourself, well, if they can do it, can I do it? How bad do I want it? Because Epic University at a very low cost is going to give you everything you need to make money in this business. Now, compensation plan. First of all, let's talk about the price. How much is Epic? It's $99.99 every month. Okay. So it's $100 a month. Now, and honestly, remember when I was going over the trade signals, the live sessions, there's even a market forecast I didn't talk about. All of those services individually, Epic could charge, or even other companies could charge individually for those services, and they'd be worth every penny. So to get all of that, plus all of the leadership and all of the guidance and all of the extras that Epic gives you, it's really a steal. But you have to actually do something. You can't just join the company and not do anything. If you put out the work, if you actually go through the university, you're gonna make money. Okay, so that's how awesome that this program is and how it's structured. Now, As far as a compensation plan goes, people want to know, it's like, okay, the trading side is absolutely excellent. There's a lot of people that all they want to do is trade. No problem. Hey, we invite you. If all you wanted to do is come here and trade, that's fine. But you know what's going to happen? Eventually, when you start getting these results, you're going to get giddy. You're going to want to post it on your Facebook and Instagram. How can you be making money and not want to share it with anybody unless you just don't want to share it with anybody? But let me tell you something that's happening in the world right now. We have people that are suffering right now. They're going through a global pandemic. They've had loved ones that have passed away. They have lost their jobs. They've been furloughed. There's so many things that have happened. I mean, even the divorce rate is so high right now because a lot of divorces are based on finances falling apart. And right now, a lot of people's finances are falling apart. Okay. So if you know that somebody is hurting and they're looking for an opportunity and you're sitting on this opportunity, you need to tell them about it. Okay. And these are the type of things that can change your life. But not only that, the compensation plan rewards you for that. So the first thing you're trying to do is just refer 3 people. If you refer 3 people to this business, completely optional. You don't have to do it. If you're like, Nick, just want to trade, then don't listen for the next minute or so. But if you do actually want to make residual income, because let's talk about this. The eighth wonder of the world is compound interest and compounding your money. The ninth wonder of the world is residual income. So if you can make compound money by trading and you can make residual money by telling people how to trade, it's just kind of a no-brainer, right? So you put 3 people into this program, one in each leg. You have 3 legs that you're building. When you put one person in each leg, the company says, thank you very much. Your $99.99 monthly fee has been temporarily waived. So that's pretty cool, right? You bring in 3 people and now you're getting the education for free. So what the trade-off is, now you're going to pay an IBO fee, like a business builder fee, $24.99. Okay. So your $99 fee is now $24.99. Now, what's going to happen is when you bring those 3 people in and they're seeing that, well, I'm getting results and there's an option not to pay the $99, they're going to start bringing in a few people too. Okay. So for the life of this business, as long as you maintain 3 people, you can open up the entire compensation plan. I absolutely love that. Can you imagine? Like, drop a 3 in the chat if you think it's cool that you can build an entire business just by bringing 3 people in. I absolutely love that because there's a lot of businesses I've been in. You got to keep recruiting like crazy. Sometimes there are these binary plans, and at the end of the month, you have to start all over again. Not at Epic. At Epic, as long as you maintain 3 people, one in each leg, you open up the entire compensation plan. So let's say those 3 people, they want to invite a few people. All of a sudden, you have 10 people on your team, but you only invited 3. Well, when you have 10 people on your team and the appropriate legs, well, guess what? Now the company is going to pay you $500 a month. Okay, just for bringing in 10 people, they're going to pay you $500 a month. But remember what I said, that Mr. McCovey and Mr. Lisiaga, they didn't want to pay you guys monthly. They wanted to pay you guys weekly. So you're going to make $125 a week. As your team continues to grow, as those 10 people start looking for other people and sharing the opportunity, now you have 30 people under you. Now the company's paying you $1,000 a month, $250 a week. And it just kind of exponentially goes up from there. Then you're going to make $2,000 a month. Then you're going to hit the level of Founder 5,000. That's where I'm at right now. So at Founder 5,000, you're making $5,000 a month. Okay, you're making $1,250 a week. And all it takes is 250 people in your organization. Remember, you only had to bring in 3. Okay. Obviously, if you're doing well, you're making money trading and stuff, you're gonna tell more people about it, and more people are gonna generally come on their own just from you sharing your results. But when everybody's working together and they just do a little bit, the synergy starts. And all of a sudden your team is building. And then you get to ambassador. Ambassador is the role in this company where things really start changing. Number one, you're considered one of the top leaders in the company when you're an ambassador. Number 2, you're making 5 figures a month. Number 3, you start getting all of these rewards. So that is where people are trying to get to. That is my goal. When I joined this business, when we launched on October 1st, my goal was to hit ambassador within 90 days. That's this month. So I'm on a trajectory to do it. And the reason why I knew that this business was going to work is because it was the right time, it was the right opportunity, and it was the right people. Okay. I looked at what was going on in the world with the pandemic. Everybody's staying at home. They need to learn a skill set. It was the right time. And then, the right people when I looked at the ownership of this company and I got to know them and, I got to meet them, I realized that this is where I'm going to be for a long time. So I'm really, really excited about the company. As you see, there's more positions on there. As a matter of fact, I haven't checked, but there could be an Ambassador 50 on the call. So we might bring him on in just a second. So as you see, whatever level you're at, Founder 500, Founder 5,000, that's the equivalent of the money that you're going to be making money. So Ambassador 10 is $10,000 a month. Ambassador 20 is $20,000 a month. And all you see in front of you is just like a duplication process. Because if everybody's just inviting a few people, learning how to trade and making some money, is just going to grow on its own. And I mean, this is one of the most strategically beautiful compensation plans I've ever seen. I've been in the network marketing game off and on for 20 years. I've never seen a compensation plan like this. And I know that it's working because this is the first compensation plan that I've absolutely just ripped through. And like I said, timing had a lot to do with it as well. And it's the right product. Very rarely will you have a product in the network marketing business that says, you don't have to refer anybody to make money. It's like, really? You don't even have to sell anything. Really? What do I have to do? Learn how to trade, put some money in your account, go trade on the market, get some results, share the results with your friends. They will come. Why? Because everybody loves passive income and everybody has a smartphone. And if people can just learn to copy and paste those trades into their smartphone, they're going to learn how to make money. On top of that, if later they want to actually learn how to be a full-fledged trader, that's why we have Epic University. Coach Max will take you through that. She's taken 70,000 people through that. She can take you through that as well. When you get to the icon level, that's where the numbers just get really gaudy. You're making $100,000 a month, and it just kind of goes up from there. So I don't want to spend too much time on that. As you know, the money is going to get big. Set a goal, aim it, go for it. Okay, now here are the epic rewards. When you become an ambassador, you get that beautiful ring. It's gold and diamonds. Mr. McCovey loves his luxuries. He loves his jewelry. So he makes sure we have beautiful jewelry as well. As you know, he owns a travel company. He loves to travel. He loves to go to beautiful parts of the world. The ambassadors just came back from Mexico not too long ago. And there's probably another trip that's coming. And that trip is going to be to Dubai. Also, at every level, there's more rewards and perks. When you're an ambassador 10, if there's a company event, when you get to that hotel, the resort is paid for. When you're an ambassador 20, then your flight is paid for. When you're an ambassador 50, it's a first class flight. That's how Mr. McCovey likes to do things. As you level up, your quality of life is going to level up. Why? Because it's not about just the education. It's not just about the business. It's about the lifestyle. He's all about the lifestyle. That beautiful Rolex, Mr. Lisiaga just hit Icon 100 not too long ago. He's about to get that beautiful diamond Rolex. And the Lamborghini Huracan, I mean, it's crazy to even think about that, but that's how Mr. McCovey is. You hit Icon 500, which is already $500,000 a month, so you can pretty much buy a Lamborghini. But when you get to that point, he's going to give you a Lamborghini. Not only is he gonna, it's not a lease, it's not a company car. He's gonna give you the car. Here's the title. Thank you very much. Black and gold, just like the company colors, because that's what this is all about. It's all about having the luxury and the lifestyle that you need. So we also have freeforex.com, which is our marketing system. So in that marketing system, you're going to get pre-designed lead capture pages. You're going to get a back office so you can download your subscribers if you want to email them yourself. But the cool thing is the company's going to do the emailing for you. So when somebody goes to your capture page, they put in their name and their email address, the company will start emailing them. Not only that, they're going to send them 3 free trade signals a week. So these trade signals that we're making money on, we're going to go ahead and give the general public a couple a week too, so they can get a taste of what we're doing, because when they start winning money, they're going to want more trade signals. It's like, well, I don't want 3 a week. Can I get 3 a day? Yeah, become a member of Epic and you're going to get more than 3 a week and you can make a lot more money. All right, so for those of you that are techie, you can use Facebook Pixels, you can use Google Analytics, and a lot more. And that's included in your monthly IBO fee, that $24.99. When you become a business builder, then you're going to get this free Forex system, which is absolutely amazing. Epic Estates, I cannot say enough about this. This is one of those features that Mr. McCovey added that was an absolute game changer. He knows that we work very hard. He's been in this industry for a while. He's built 6-figure empires in other companies and his own companies. He knows how much it takes, and he wants to make sure that your families are protected. So when you reach the level of ambassador, you can take your business and put it in your will. So what does that mean? If something happens to you and you're no longer on this earth anymore, you've passed on, your business does not go away. your business will transfer to whoever's in your will, whether it's your spouse, whether it's your kids, your grandkids, wherever you want. Your legacy will live on, and that money will not go away. All the hard work that you put into this company, Mr. McCovey appreciates it. He's going to make sure that your family gets taken care of as well. If you think that that's amazing, please drop a 1 in the chat box. That Epic Estates will make sure that your family will continue to get your hard work for the rest of their lives. Now, how do you become Epic? First of all, you want to get back to the person who invited you. You want to become an Epic Scholar today for $99.99. And then you want to begin to learn and share the benefits of Forex, go through Epic University, set up a demo account, start taking some trade signals. And when you feel comfortable, if you feel like, okay, I see that this is really working, I want to make some money, put some money in your account, start rocking and rolling. Once you've invited 3 people into this business, upgrade your account to IBO, $24.99. And now you can start building a business. You can get the free Forex system and among many, many other things. So Epic is trying to create, and it actually already is, because I'm about to bring somebody on, probably if he's there, that, it's the world's ultimate trading and lifestyle community. So there's people in this company, they've already experienced it. They already made money trading. They're starting to build a business, but now they see the lifestyle. They've been to the trip in Mexico. They're about to receive the ring. And what's going to happen here in January, we're going to have our very first event in Vegas. Okay, so that's going to be Epic's very first event. We're going to have the award ceremony for everybody that's, ranked up, and we're going to have a training there. And I would love for you all to be a part of it. This business has absolutely changed my life in a very short period of time. Like I was telling some of the guys in the business, as I have been able to rank up and get more confidence, I started sharing more of my story that I used to be embarrassed about. That, earlier this year, things were so bad for me that I thought that I would have to go back to Uber driving. And I almost did. And then what happened was the pandemic hit in March. I couldn't even do Uber driving anymore. So I was like, okay, well, that's odd. I don't even know what to do anymore. So I went back into online marketing through through the good fortune. And if y'all believe in God, I believe God had blessed me. He introduced me to the right people. One thing led to another, and this opportunity dropped into my lap, and I knew that I just had to run with it. So somebody that was probably going to drive for Uber at the beginning of the year is a few people away from making $10,000 a month, all in this pandemic year of 2020. So I'm here to tell you that anything is possible. Okay, you can do anything if you set your mind to it, and if you don't give up, and you surround yourself with the right people. Like I've said many times, that there's that proverb that says that faith the size of a mustard seed can move a mountain. And as I say, that quote is actually not about faith. That quote is about having zero doubt. And if you have zero doubt that this company works, if you have zero doubt that you can learn how to trade, if you have zero doubt that you can change a few people's lives by introducing you to this business, there's no limit on what you can do. And I'm actually proof of that. So in end, I just wanted to say, why be average when you can be epic? My name is Nicholas Lau from Dallas, Texas. I really appreciate your time for coming out on this call. Let me see. Mr. Ali Saleh, I want to introduce to you one of my very, very good friends. He's the one that introduced me to this business opportunity. He brought me and my sponsor in, and he's one of the hardest working people I've ever seen in my life. He gives 110% to this business, to his team, and I'm a better person for knowing him. I'm so grateful that he is in my life. He's absolutely changed my life just by one decision, just by him coming to me in a very classy, in a very professional way and saying, listen, you have what it takes to do this business. I believe in you. And this is, barely knowing me, but he's a very good judge of character. And he knows when somebody has what it takes to do this business. And I'm here to tell you that if I can do this business, you guys can do this business. If you just want to trade, the trading will absolutely change your life. So anyways, I want to introduce Ambassador 50. And if you remember this presentation slides, Ambassador 50 means $50,000 a month, a very massive team. We've only been in business for 60 something days. So let's give it up. Everybody, let's drop some fire and some ones in the chat for Mr. Ali Saleh. Let me unmute you. There you go.
Thank you so much, Nicholas. I appreciate it. What a phenomenal presentation. I regret not being here for the entire thing, but you spoke with so much clarity and vision and so much conviction. And I appreciate all of your kind words about me. I mean, I can say all those things about Nicholas. I mean, he's one of the hardest working people in any room He walks in, his team loves him tremendously. He's one of the people who essentially leads from the front. He's not afraid of any any anything that comes his way. He's very goal oriented, and honestly, he's just got a very clean heart. He's extremely trustworthy, and it's easy to do business with Nicholas. He's definitely an older brother to me, and I have a great deal of respect for him. So, like I said, it's easy to do business with him and work with him because it's fun. I mean, I genuinely enjoy working with Nick. I could probably talk for an hour about how much I like working for Nick, but I'm not going to do that to you guys. Truly humbled to be in this space and this opportunity in today's day and age, finding some security in one of the most unsecure times that we have ever seen in our entire lifetime. I don't care how old you are. We're all experiencing this now first. Like, this is a first for all of us. Nobody really knows how to deal with this pandemic. Nobody really knows what's going to happen tomorrow. Nobody really knows how to take care of our financial future. And I think it's a testament to why so many people, almost 70,000 people, have locked arms with this opportunity since our pre-launch. And I think it's a testament to A, what's going on in the world, B, and people just really believing in themselves more now than ever before, right? We live in an information age, and I don't know about you guys, but I was sick and tired of watching that 21-year-old kid making $1 million on his phone. Seriously, that's like what really did it for me, is like the constant comparison to the person who I could have been or who I should be. And when the pandemic hit, all my customer facing businesses were halted. There's none of them are still open now. Like, that side of my life is completely behind me, thank God. And I literally just went all in with network marketing. I told myself that, I used to trade in 2016. I started with crypto and I did real well in crypto, and I started learning how to trade Forex in 2017. And the journey had, it's ups and downs. I did real well with crypto. Forex was a little bit more difficult for me because it required some more attention, but I didn't have the proper guidance. And the beautiful thing about Epic is, for $99, you have the ability to take control of your financial future, right? You should never allow a 2-figure decision to hold you back from the potential of a 6-figure opportunity. Whether you're building or trading, it doesn't matter. The money is here, right? Most people look at a double-edged sword as a bad thing. Like, Epic is a double-edged sword, but the good thing about this double-edged sword is that it pays on both sides. So whether you're here for just the trading or the building, we will support you 110%. I believe that every single person has the opportunity to do this, because if you knew me before all of this, you would never could have guessed that I would be here today. And that's just a testament to what you can do in 6 months, that you could just work hard. You could put your head down, put your blinders on, be a racehorse, 100% tunnel vision, and just focus. Because, guys, we have 2 choices in this life, okay? Either we sit here and we work for the next, until we're 70 and we retire, and the entire time we're struggling paycheck to paycheck, just praying that our 401ks and that our social security benefits and whatever the government has set up for us can take care of us when we're old. Or you can really just put your head down and work for 18 to 24 months, create a legacy, and leave something behind for your family that they can appreciate, that they could take advantage of. So if you really think about it, 18 to 24 months of real, true hard work and dedication versus the next 20, 30, 40 years of your life spent behind a desk working for someone else, building someone else's dream. This is an easy decision. Both require hard work. But I'm telling you right now, if you run with me, if you run with Nicholas, you run with Ashok, you run with the people on this call, you will be better off because of it. And that I can guarantee you that. Like, I could almost put every single dollar in my pocket on the line right now and say, look, if you tap into this system and you don't see results, and you show up to every single call and you take the trade alerts and you really take notes, if in 2 months you don't see results, I'll give you that money. Because it's impossible for you to not see results as long as you tap in. If you can step up to the occasion and be true to yourself and know that you deserve to have more, you deserve to be more, you deserve to become more, you will create an ecosystem of not just success, but lifelong happiness. Guys, money doesn't buy you happiness. It doesn't. But this business right here made me very happy because of the relationships I made. This is so much more important to me than the paycheck at this point. Just being with people like Nicholas and Ashok and I mean, just meeting all the people. I mean, if you knew all the amazing people that are in our organization, and people who are going to be my friends for life, people who will be my business partners for life, people who I'll go on different journeys with throughout my time here. And I hope, God blesses me and gives me the opportunity to be here for a long time. These are the things that matter. I'm not a big hype guy, guys. I'm really in more about the visions and values. I want to create massive change in the world. I want to help every single person reach their goals, dreams, and aspirations. We're doing that. Our team is very well funded with leadership. We have awesome systems in place. We have duplication at scale. We have multiple meetings throughout the week for the trading side. We really lead heavy with the product because we love it so much. We have multiple meetings on the building side as well. You will never not have value here. So you owe it to yourself to not allow a 2-figure decision to hold you back from a 6-figure income. Guys, I could talk forever about this because I want you to understand that this opportunity, it's not a once in a lifetime opportunity. There will be another opportunity that grants other people success and that gives people opportunity, but this is your once in a lifetime opportunity. Now is the time to strike. Forex MLM is completely changing the game. It's completely changing the ecosystem. And it's time for you to act now, because the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Once again, guys, my name is Ali Saleh, Ambassador 50 in the beautiful Epic business. We're very close to Icon 100, and I'm super stoked for that. It's just more and more lives change, guys. 6,000 people already have decided to partner with us, and you can be a part of that as well. But Nicholas, I appreciate you. I appreciate every single person on this call for taking time out of your day. Love you guys tremendously, and let's take this to the next level. Appreciate you.
Thank you very much, brother. I know you have some other obligations, so I'm going to go ahead and let you go, and then we'll wrap up here in a few minutes. So Ashok, if you can give people a little bit of motivation why you got into this business and what it has meant to you, I would really appreciate that, so they can hear from one of my other business partners.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity, Nick. This is awesome that we are here today to know about this awesome business. I am a product of a similar meeting. We were in a similar kind of meeting with Ali, and here we are today. It's just a matter of openness, how open you are to look into a different opportunity. The most expensive thing you can carry around in this world is the closed mind. If we have a closed mind and we don't accept anything new, that will be too costly for us. That's the biggest liability in the world. So I'm glad that I took a decision. I turned that liability into an asset, which gives me at this moment $2,000 a month of residual income, plus the education. This is better than any other scholarship program in the world. I mean, I'm getting paid to learn trading, and they're also giving me money to trade with. That's awesome. Isn't it awesome? Anybody likes that? If you like that, just drop one in the chat box. We'll see. We'll try to help everybody get that money. So let's say you don't need extra money. Can you change people's life with $2,000 a month? I can change a lot of things. I can pay half my bills, with that money, almost all my bills with that money, so rest is saving. Why do I want to wait for 401k or government coming with some kind of, package, servants pay or whatever? Why should I wait for those things? I can use this money, what I'm making from here. The other thing is we were talking yesterday, and everybody who wants to come on board, make your mind up for 90 days. And 90 days, we will guarantee you success. We have such an awesome program. We were talking yesterday. In 90 days, everybody will be able to see their results. Everybody will be able to see a positive result. So what will this give you? You probably have money in the bank, sitting in the bank. You probably have money sitting in mutual fund. You probably have money sitting in some bond. You probably have money sitting in some stock account. You probably have money sitting into a different kind of investment platform. How much your investment will give you? How much your investment will give you? Have you ever checked the financial records? Have you ever analyzed your financial statement ever? I'll tell you my story. I had $10,000 for 4-year GIC. That's like a fixed account. I cannot take the money. You know how much I made at the end of 4 years? $300 in interest. $10,000 for 4 years made $300 interest. What's the percentage? I'm not even bothered. You know, it takes a lot of energy to calculate the percentage there. But if we tell you, we can teach you how to make 10% on your money. We can teach you how to make 10% on your money, not annually, but monthly. Not annually, but monthly. 120% in a year growth in your money. Would you like that? This is what this trading have done to us. You know, the gap between rich and poor is just a bridge of mentality. You know, I wish we were able to make that bridge. I wish you will cross that bridge tonight. I wish you will make a decision. You will change your mindset, come on board with us, and give us 90 days to prove this. Give us 90 days to prove this, and we are here. We have planted our flag here. We're going nowhere, nowhere. Nick is here, me here, Uatea is here, everybody's here. We planted our flag here. So we will help you in every step. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Nick, for the opportunity to speak with the very energetic crowd here.
I appreciate it. So yeah, and like, you know, like Ashok said, give it 90 days, but it's not 90 days from the day you sign up. It's 90 days from the day that you take massive action, the day that you tell yourself. So, I mean, this is the way you want to look at it. A lot of people, they start counting the time too early. They sign up for something and then they don't do anything. Then they go back to their sponsor, whoever brought them in. It's like, yeah, this is not for me. It's like, well, have you done anything? Because I'm looking at the back office, it says you haven't logged in 90 days. So how do you have a 90-day counter? So the reality is that your 90 days starts from the day that you want to take massive action. Okay, and I'm here to tell you, as somebody that's on a trajectory to hit ambassador in 90 days, as somebody that didn't even know how to trade 90 days ago, that it's possible. It just depends how bad you want it, right? Don't compare yourself to other people. One thing that Ali says, and he had to go to another meeting because he's very in demand right now, you know, so he's like, he's got a huge team. So the poor guy, from the time he wakes up in the morning to the time he goes to bed, he's bouncing around helping the whole team. But he knows that the work that he's putting in now, that when it's time for him to settle down and relax, that money's going to come pouring in. And the reason why I tell you this is Mr. McCovey, the owner of this company, when he met with Ali and I, this is what he told us. He's like, guys, this is poverty. This is where you guys are. You need insulation. You need insulation between you and poverty. How do you make sure that you never hit poverty again? You find people that are just as hungry or more hungry than you. You put them on your team. Because if those people are just as hungry as you are, they'll never let you hit poverty again, because they want it so bad that they're just going to push you up to where you want to go. So within 90 days, I mean, we're actually talking about within 60 days, Ali and his business partner, Thomas, their families, eventually his kids, Thomas's kids, they're set. They're already in epic estates. If anything was to ever happen to them, Mr. McCovey would continue to pay their families every single month, because he put that in the clause that when you hit the rank of ambassador, you will be able to take this business and put it in your will. And if anything was to ever happen to you, I have your family. I got their back. I'm going to take care of your wife. I'm going to take care of your kids. They will continue to receive your money. Okay, vice versa. If you know, because we have a lot of lady bosses in this business. I mean, honestly, well, look at Coach Max, look at Coach Elise. Two of our top coaches, they're multi six-figure earners, and they didn't have that. You know, they were once, you know, struggling to go through school. They were once struggling to raise kids as a family, but they found Forex and it absolutely changed their lives. So what I'm telling you is that this is an opportunity that will absolutely change your life, but you have to be open to it. Nothing is ever going to be perfect. Okay. This is, you're trying to learn a skill set in a more condensed period of time. There's people that go to a 4-year university to learn this, but we have taken out all of the guesswork. Okay. We have different softwares. We have, first of all, Coach Max has this thing that you're going to learn when you become a part of this. It's called the 20 pips and dip indicator. She actually has an indicator that you put on the market. It tells you when to buy and sell. It tells you when you're about to hit different levels. It's almost like when you're driving and the instructor says, stay within the lanes. That's what the 20 pip and dip system is. It keeps you within the lanes. It keeps you out of trouble. So we have all of these things to help curb your learning. And if any of you join us on a call Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern time, 12 p.m. Eastern time Friday, I'm going to bring Ali's upline, Mr. Aaron Crosby. He is a 7-figure trader. He has made over $1 million in Forex trading. And he has got us on this new thing called a simulator. And what does a simulator do? It lets you go back in time. It lets you go look at the market from 2, 3, 4 years ago. And you get to study. And he's like, what it does is it takes 3 months of education and you can compound it into like a week. So these are the things that we have here at Epic, okay? These are things that other coaches charge thousands and thousands of dollars for, but because you're a part of this team, $99 a month is gonna break you free. Okay, it's going to break generational curses. And let me tell you something. Ashok has a team in Nepal. I have a team in Nigeria. These are developing countries. We have Uatea on the line. He is our founder 1000 from the Fiji Islands. A lot of you probably don't even know where the Fiji Islands are. That's where my parents were born. The Fiji Islands is this tiny country out in the South Pacific. Okay, he's doing it out there. There's no excuses. We have kids in developing countries. We have them on this call right now, and they're making it happen. Think about it. $1,000 a month here in America, it's cool. It's good money. You know, it helps. It pays the bills. $1,000 in Nepal, $1,000 in Nigeria, it's life-changing money. They're making more money than government officials. In some cases, they're making more money than doctors. Why? Because they were open to an opportunity to change their lives. Okay. So anyways, I want to go ahead and wrap up. We're right about at the hour point. So I want you guys to get back to whoever brought you on this call. Go ahead and get their link, get signed up. December is going to be an amazing month. I'm already calling it the December to remember. Okay. There's a lot of great things that are going to happen. One of the things that's not so great is we might go back into lockdown. We might have to stay home in different parts of the country. If you're going to be home, you're going to have your internet connection. Join Epic, learn to trade. Use this time effectively. Don't be sad at home about, I won't be able to see my family. Trust me, I understand that's very hard. My grandmother is ill right now. I would love to be in New Zealand with my grandmother. I can't. They won't even allow it. They don't even want Americans right there. But sometimes I think they didn't even want Americans before the pandemic, but that's okay. That's another story. So anyways, but the point is that I can't be with my grandmother right now, but you know what I can do? I can take time to educate myself, learn, trade in the markets. And I want to build myself for a very successful 2021. So if you want to join our team, if you want to be a part of this revolution or evolution or what you want to call it, Forex trading is going to be a household name in the next few years. Right now, you have a chance to learn it and share that opportunity with other people and profit from it. Again, my name is Nicholas Lau from Dallas, Texas. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. I really appreciate it. If you need to get a hold of me, go ahead and get a hold of me, and we will see you on the team soon. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.